One of the things that Michael asked, he says, how do we hold rogue lawyers accountable? And I think that also speaks to Tony's point about prosecutors need to lose absolute immunity, and then there would be fewer political prosecutions. What do you think about that, Andrew?
Yeah, it's a very difficult problem. So traditionally, prosecutors have enormous, really unlimited discretion in their charging decisions, and they effectively have absolute immunity from any kind of liability for any decisions they make as prosecutors. And that's a system, from my perspective as a career in criminal defense law, I see that prosecutors need a lot of discretion. I get it. I understand it. I think it would be very difficult to do their jobs if they didn't have that kind of discretion. And traditionally, we've provided that kind of discretion to them. And that works very well when you have responsible and disciplined prosecutors whose primary concern is the legal merits of the case. Unfortunately, we're now in an era where certain parties in politics have discovered how inexpensive it is to purchase a prosecutor's office. Folks, most prosecutors are elected. They have a race. Usually the people running for the seat are longstanding members of the legal community, older guys or gals. Everybody in the legal community knows them. They're very familiar faces. It hardly matters which of them ends up getting the office, except for them personally. They might spend a few $1,000s each running for the elected office of prosecutor in that district. But now we have people coming in and dropping $500,000 in these races. And if one candidate has $500,000 and the other one has $5,000, who gets elected? Yeah. It's the person with the money. And these are not well-respected, long-standing members of the legal community. These are typically outliers from the community. Nobody really knows who they are. They're there for completely political reasons. They couldn't care less about the legal merits of the case. But they have all the power of this discretion that we've normally provided to responsible prosecutors. And of course, when you give great power to politically motivated people, you get politically motivated prosecutions. That's just the way the system works. And the only real solution under our current system is for the people in the district, the constituency, to know who's getting elected to these offices. But I bet most of the people who are watching this show in these comments have no idea who their local prosecutor is. And that's okay if we lived in a world where you could just assume your prosecutor was a disciplined guy or gal concerned about the legal merits. By the way, increasingly, even if your local prosecutor is that disciplined, responsible person, increasingly we see cases now where the actual prosecution is taken away from the local prosecutor. That's right. And handed to some prosecutor who's brought in from a different district who's not that guy you voted for. This happened in the Zimmerman case. The local prosecutor actually quit rather than prosecute George Zimmerman because it was so clear that it was a legitimate case of self-defense. But that didn't save George Zimmerman. They just brought in Angela Corey from the Jacksonville district, and she was happy to prosecute him. That's happening in the McMichaels case, in the Ahmaud Arbery case. I refer to it. Of course, he's not being tried. He died in the course of those events. But the two McMichaels and Roddy Bryan, they went through 3 local prosecutors declined to prosecute that case until it got politically energized, and then they brought a prosecutor in from outside the district. So unfortunately, even if on a local level, your prosecutor, you elect someone responsible, that doesn't necessarily save you from a politically motivated prosecution. Not to mention, of course, if things go to the federal level.
Hey, folks, I hope you enjoyed that small snippet from the roughly hour-and-a-half-long interview of yours truly, Attorney Andrew Branca, by Rich Brown over at the American Warrior Society on his weekly Coffee with Rich show. If you'd like to enjoy the full-length video of that interview, you can access that by clicking the box that just popped up on the screen here. Also, before I go, I want to make you aware of a couple of time-limited opportunities we're making available to all of you who enjoy your law of self-defense content. The first opportunity is the chance to get a copy of our best-selling book, The Law of Self-Defense, a real softcover book, over 200 printed pages, not merely an ebook. That normally sells for about $25, but for a limited time, you can get that book for free. To learn more about that opportunity, just click the magic box that just popped up on your screen. The second opportunity is the chance to try out access to our Law of Self-Defense members-only content on an unlimited access basis, full access to our thousands of hours in blog posts, videos, podcasts of plain English self-defense law analysis and insight for a mere 99 cents. That 99 cents gets you 2 full weeks of full membership access. Even better, if you decide it's not for you, and almost nobody does that, but if that's what you decide, simply take advantage of our no questions asked 200% money back guarantee. To learn more about that trial membership opportunity, just click the new magic box that just popped up on your screen. Okay, folks, that's all I have for all of you at the moment. Remember, if you carry a gun so you're hard to kill, that's why I carry a gun so I'm hard to kill, then you also owe it to yourself to make sure you know the law so you're hard to convict. Until next time, I remain Attorney Andrew Branca for Law of Self-Defense. Stay safe.